What's up, YouTube? Got a real good debate here. I got to ask Tom Chambers versus Lamarcus Alridge. The battle of the power forwards and the 20,000 point club that's not in the Hall of Fame. Upon further review, they pretty evenly match. Now, Lamarcus got a little bit more points and he's got more rebounds. But when we get to assists and steals, and he's got them beat on blocks, but assists to steals, it's pretty close. And the points is only a point differential for the career. Postseason, they best. Chambers got him beat. Now, if I told you Lamarcus 19, 8, and 2, points, rebounds, assists, Chambers 18, 6, and 2, that's pretty evenly matched. Like Lamar played like about 60 more games than Chambers. It's pretty close. These 20,000 career point guys who are not in the Hall got an interesting case. Now, seven All-Star appearances to 4, but Chambers did win an All-Star game MVP when it mattered. Not this mess over the last 15, 20 years, which anybody pretty much gets token, and I do mean the last 20 plus. But back in 87, when he got that, when he played with Magic, he got that All-Star game MVP. Chambers was nice. It's pretty close. To be honest with you, if you put Lamarcus in, I think Lamarcus would get in quicker, but Chambers would be like a year or two later if we going by what I'm looking at totality. So it's not like I'm sitting here thinking like, oh, this is a total blowout. It's not. These two power forwards and their versatility and their range. Chambers' problem is that he played for a lot of teams and he ended up almost becoming like an afterthought. He peaked in the 80s. He was really good with Seattle and Phoenix. That was his apex. But the teams didn't go another level. And in reality, he was probably like the third or fourth option, which works against him. Lamarcus Alridge was headed towards something until Damian Lillard didn't fight to keep him in Portland. I am a firm believer if he had kept him to stay there, I think history would look at Lamarcus a lot better. You know, it was unfortunate he went to Brooklyn. He had some health situations, and that was unfortunate. And he came back, bless his soul. He tried in San Antonio, and he had some moments. And then I remember that fourth quarter game when Popovich patted the seat to come sit your butt down because he wasn't cutting it because he was just out of his element. One game he looked unstoppable. The next couple games, he was just lost. And he never got his groove back. I still think he played his best in Portland. So they both hit peaks and valleys where they had a high apex, which now, before you ask, I know it's going to be more commonplace for guys to eventually score 20,000 points because the way the 3-point shooting is and everything now. But believe it or not, it ain't a chunk of dudes that's got 20,000 points in NBA history. So it's still a pretty rare feat if you think about it. And when I look at them, it's almost like a dead heat. It's pretty close. These two cats were pretty evenly matched. You know, upon getting asked about them and then looking at it, I was like, wow, there's not like a lot separating them. You know, Lamarcus was a bit more in the low and the post was more athletic, but Chambers had spring in him. I still remember that dunk. I still remember he could get up. You know. And that's who Ryan Flagg and some of these other cats, they remind me more of Tom Chambers than they do of Larry Bird, if I'm honest. Because Chambers had some spring in him a little bit. So, anyway, let me know who you think had a better career. And it's pretty close, because if you look them up stat-wise, it's not a lot separating them. You know. Tom Chambers versus Lamarcus Alridge. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share it if you like, and hit that membership because when you do, requests like this come true, and I do take these requests. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out. Peace.